Welcome back to Perks Recap. Back at it once again. Got something unique today. This is Eric Bogle. The band played Waltzing Matilda. Now, this is completely different from me, something I've never heard of before. Okay, so there's a whole backstory with this. I'm going to get into it. All I'm going to say right now, though, is that it's a very it's a solemn song. There's a deeper meaning behind it, and I don't want to pause it because I noticed in the comments of the actual video, people were getting upset that there were ads during it that YouTube had put in during there saying that it's disrespectful for the song. I'm not trying to be disrespectful at all. I just don't want it to get blocked, and I want it to get out there, so I am going to have to pause it. I'll pause it once, and when I do pause it, that's when I'll get into the backstory again, and then I'll say my final thoughts for the end. It's like an 8-minute and 47-second song. I'll pause it around the 4-minute mark whenever I get a chance, or in that area, about halfway through, and then we'll play the rest of it. But I am going to have to pause it once, and again, I don't mean any disrespect by that. Anyway, please make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and here we go.
I wrote this song in 1971. Now, the mathematicians will work out that was 38 years ago. Can't believe that, but this is how old this song is. And I wrote it after I saw my first Anzac Day march in Australia, which was in Canberra in 1971. And I wrote this song, and here it is. Next year, John and I celebrate our 30th anniversary together. I bought him a gold watch. I bet you're glad I came into that Salvation Army hostel. Huh?
And rescued me.
Now when I was a young man, I carried me pan, and I lived the free life on the roller. From the Murray's green basin to the dusty outback, oh, I waltzed my Matilda all over. Then in 1915, my country said, son, it's time you stop rambling, there's work to be done. So they gave me a tin hat, and they gave me a gun, and they marched me away to the war. And the band played Waltzing Matilda.
Cats lose their cool for new.
Okay, so here we are again. I told you how the comments before did mention that it's a shame and it's disrespectful that YouTube is putting ads in the song, and here's an ad. So I'll just go into the story now since we're relatively early on in it anyway. Anzac Day. This is Anzac Day, which stands for Australian and New Zealand Army Corps. It's April 25th, 1915. I guess the Australian troops were dropped off on the wrong beach in Turkey, and they had to climb up the face of basically a mountain to get to the top and fight, and they fought for 8 months against the Turks there. 80,000 Turks died, and 10,000 Aussies died. This is basically a song to remember the fallen soldiers of World War I, and it's celebrated on the 25th of April. That's Anzac Day. It is the 24th of April right now in the United States, but Australia's 14 hours ahead of us, I believe. So it's already the 25th now. That's why I'm doing it now. Me and Gary, I got an email from Gary months ago about some different Australian artists that I can get into, because my Australian audience is actually really cool and has grown quite a bit, and I'm very appreciative of that. A lot of it, Jimmy Barnes and John Farnham basically are the main two catalysts of that, but they always give me good views and good numbers and stuff. So I decided that Gary came up with a proposal to do some more Australian music. So I decided to get on board with that. And this was one of the suggestions he gave, and he specifically said, if you're going to do this, do it on this day. So that's why we're here on today, the 24th of April. Again, it's the 25th in Australia right now. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Yeah, that's pretty much all the information I have. But it is a lot of information, so take it into that context. This is a song about the fallen soldiers. It's not a celebration. It's not a happy occasion. It's a solemn occasion. But the lyrics are pretty powerful so far. And I will skip this ad as soon as I can.
Temptations dry cat food.
Would you be interested in having an affair?
Eddie's dead.
I didn't do it.
As the ship pulled away from the quay, and amidst all the cheers, the flag waving and tears, we sailed off for Gallipoli. How well I remember that terrible day, how our blood stained the sand and the water, and of how in that hell that they called Sula Bay, we were butchered like lambs at the slaughter. Johnny Turk, he was waiting, he primed himself well, he showered us with bullets and he rained us with shell. And in 5 minutes flat, he'd blown us all to hell. Nearly blew us right back to Australia. But the band played Waltzing Matilda when we stopped to bury our slain. We buried ours, and the Turks buried theirs, and we started all over again. And those that were left, we tried to survive in that mad world of blood, death and fire. And for 10 weary weeks I kept myself alive, though around me the corpses piled higher. Then a big Turkish shell knocked me also over the head, and when I woke up in me hospital bed and saw what it had done, oh, I wished I was dead. Never knew there was worse things than dying. For I'll go no more waltzing Matilda all around the green bush far and free, to hum tent and pegs a man needs both legs. No more waltzing Matilda for me. So they gathered the crippled, the wounded, the maimed, and they shipped us back home to Australia. The armless, the legless, the blind, the insane, those proud wounded heroes of Suvla. And as our ship sank into Circular Quay, I looked at the place where me legs used to be, and thank Christ there was nobody waiting for me to grieve, to mourn, or to pity. But the band played Waltzing Matilda, as they carried us down the gangway. But nobody cheered, they just stood and stared. Then they turned their faces away. And so now, every April, I sit on me porch and I watch the parade pass before me. I see my old comrades, how proudly they march, reviving old dreams of past glories. The old men march slowly, old bones stiff and sore, the tired old heroes from a forgotten war. And the young people ask, what are they marching for? And I ask myself the same question. But the band plays Waltzing Matilda. The old men still answer the call. But as year follows year, more old men disappear. Someday no one will march there at all. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, you'll come waltzing Matilda with me. And their ghosts may be heard as they march by that billabong. You come a waltzing Matilda with me. Thank you very much. God bless.
There you have it. The band played Waltzing Matilda. Definitely a sobering song. I guess it fits that day well in terms of the tone and the stories that it tells. Eric Bogle is the person who wrote it, who you had him singing right there. If you notice, his accent isn't Australian. He's not an Australian. He's Scottish, but he moved to Australia in, I guess, 1971, as he said at the beginning of the video. But anyway, yeah, unfortunately, we don't really get taught this in the United States. The Anzac Day, it did ring a bell. I don't know from where. I wouldn't have been able to tell you anything about it before this. I don't think we're even taught it in schools, so I don't think we know anything. Most Americans are going to know anything about it. Definitely don't. The date doesn't hold any significance here at all, the 25th of April. And again, we're not taught it. I don't remember ever being taught this. Maybe it's in a history book here and there, and it's mentioned in something I forgot, early in my, early grade years or whatever the case was, whenever they would have mentioned this. We definitely had World War I studies and World War II studies, so I would imagine it might be in there. Again, though, nothing I remember, nothing that I kept with me. And like I said, I would venture to say most Americans probably also don't know what it is. But I'm glad I know now. I'm glad I can appreciate this. And I'm glad that Gary suggested this song. So to all the Australian listeners that are hopefully tuning in right now, with much respect, and hopefully Anzac Day, I guess you have a parade every year for Anzac Day. So, I know it's a solemn occasion. It's not a celebration, but maybe you can enjoy that. Anyway, if you have any other feedback for me for Anzac Day, any other the customs and ceremonies and things like that, if there are other things, let me know, because I am curious. I really enjoyed this one. I recognize the importance of it. Now I realize, and hopefully you enjoyed my you know, my reaction here as we're listening to it. And until next time, I will see you later.